What's going on there, everyone, and welcome back to the video from the Demon Overlord. And today, guys, we're going to be going over some figures. Why not? And today we're going to go over a specific brand. This one's done by Bandai and associated with Toei Animation because of the specific heroes. And it is the AnimeHeros. Right here we have Roronoa Zoro, the sword-swinging samurai of Luffy's crew. Now, I need this guy to complete the set, so I have all three now. I have Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro ready to go. So let's get the others on the table, shall we? So after having the fun of getting them all out of the containers, so they're all lovely here in front of you, we have the whole entire crew. As you can see from the back of the box, comes with the three of them. We got Sanji, Luffy, and Zoro. This is the AnimeHeros line. This is the One Piece specifics. And they also do come with this little cutout here, which, as you can see, it's got like a little shine ball there to give that like anime flash in the background. And this is Zoro's box. So we got all the other ones out. So what do they come with? Well, these three guys on their own are pretty nice in general to look at. Now we'll get an up-close view of them a little later here in the video. Let's go over what they come with. So we have a fire kick effect. And these will also be closed up once I put the figures under the closer up. We got like 3 different blades for Zoro. I believe this is supposed to be the legendary one he gets from the Gecko Moria arc. And they got the sheath version of every one. So each sword has a sheath variety and a non-sheath variety. Or is this the one from Gecko Moria? I cannot tell. Like, there are very tiny details on these swords. This one is really curled. I don't know if that's normal. Yeah, a lot straighter. This one, so it's definitely like a little... I don't know. That might be... I'm not really sure. We have... Yeah, so you can always change. So it looks like you can have all 3 versions of the swords. All 3. And I think that's a little bit curled sword. It's got to be the other ones are a little straighter. But, you know, you got 3 different ones. Their little, like, scabbards do pop off. Make it probably so they can go through his holster here. His holster aside, you can hold all 3 swords on there. Probably if you wanted to have an empty holster on there, so that way if you wanted to have him holding 2. He does come with 2 gripping hands as well as 2 closed fists. So I guess if you wanted to be in like a punch mode or he's only wielding 1 sword, you could have the other hand be a closed fist for that kind of stuff. Now with these figures, you do have some motion and stuff, and the detail on them is actually quite good. And you got some fluidity in the actual like clothing garments and stuff. You could bend Zoro's legs, which is good. He still has the green sash that he's carried. He's got the scars. They all look to be in the right place and very simple, which is good. Got a little bandana on his arm. The arm joints, basically, you're going to have the 2-point bending articulation. It's going to give a lot. You got little swivels here on the arms. All of them have the same thing. They're all the same joints. And their shoulders have these like little drop ball shoulders. They're on like a second. They're on their own little ball swivel, which is not bad. But it does give this like slight little bit of a cut in the shoulder. It's like when you have their arm like in different positions, sometimes for certain ones, it can look a little awkward. For Zoro, it's not too bad. Luckily, he's got this kind of coat here, which gives him a lot of extra material to kind of help cover that. Let's see how easy it is to take their hands off. Okay, not bad. We're going to get Zoro's hands ready for later. Okay, so they look like they are what I like to call the half joints because they have a joint, but one half goes towards the one side and the other half of the joint goes towards the hand. So it's like half the material I wish going towards it, but can't really argue with that. So getting the hands on is a little bit of a chore, only because you got to make sure you don't push so hard you break it. Got to make sure you hear that snapping locking mechanism. Okay, looks like we got it. Okay, so not too bad. A little hard. Not like, you know, getting them off is the easy part. Getting them on is the harder part. Shocking. We'll change out Zoro's 2 hands here for his gripping hands because he's going to be holding swords in his close-up. So we're going to cut out the middle man of time. There we go. Okay. The hips for Zoro move a little bit. He can do a 360-degree turn, so that's nice. Legs, like I said, you can flex them forward and bend them due to the material of the clothing he's wearing, so it can allow it. The material of the clothing he's got like for his lower shroud is definitely going to want to kind of push his legs back to the straight position, but a little work, you can always get around it, so pretty cool. His feet are definitely, weirdly enough, very posable. Like, he has some very loose feet joints around where the ankles are, which is kind of surprising. But that might be because he does a lot of, like, you know, a lot of those, like, really, really low squats for his blade styles and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. Sanji here, on the other hand, they're all, no, like I said, they all have the same joint styles. Some characters a little more obvious, others it isn't. Now, this is obviously more on the big blue arcs of current because, you know, they have the newer weapon stuff. Now, each of them come with different amounts of hands. Both Sanji and Zoro only come with 2 different types of hands. Zoro comes with closed and open hand. Sanji, same principle. Luffy, on the other hand, does come with like more of the karate style hand, I guess you could call it. Or, well, yeah, he just comes with fists and stuff too. So, you know, not bad. Not bad at all. But now each of these figures were actually only around $20 retail. What do they cost online? Way more. For some reason, people buy these just like every other collectible out there, and they resell them for a ton of money. So now we're going to switch over to the shooting tent and get a nice up close of each of them. Join me, shall we? As you can see for Sanji here up close, he looks pretty good. I mean, there's his fire effect for his feet. To install that, it looks like it goes for both sides of the feet. You could probably put it on either side, doesn't seem to matter. But for that one, you would basically put once, you actually have to remove a foot, and then his leg will actually kind of dry fit into the flame, so it's not hard to remove. Now, I think Sanji here is definitely a very nice figure. And as you can see, Sanji has some lovely detail going on here. Lovely, simple black suit, the nice tie. The only thing I'm wishing is he had the little cigarette piece for his mouth. Even if it was like permanently stuck there, it would have been more accurate to the show. But, you know, he looks pretty good. Now, obviously, you can see the joints in the legs there to where they attach to the hip. But you know what? That's expected with a figure. Most figures have something to hide that. But it's hard when you got a guy who's wearing a suit like that. You know, it's very tight-fitting with Sanji and all that. And it looks pretty good. You know, he looks very nice. Now let's move on to Luffy, the captain, shall we? Now, here's the Captain Luffy, and he's in a nice little pose, like he's ready to start swinging those fists and bring down the pain. Now, Luffy, on the other hand, is very simple. He doesn't come with any special effect pieces, which is kind of a shame. I mean, you can remove the hat if you want to completely take it off. You just have to remove his head first, then you can pop the hat on. Which is weird, they have removable heads, but they don't have removable faces. Though I assume for $20, you're not going to get the same quality as like a Figma, where you can take the head off and, you know, pop a different face on. And, you know, different hair pieces and all that. So, fair enough. I mean, I guess, you know, you get what you get. He doesn't have all the same scars in the right spot. This is obviously his version with the long sleeve vest there, the lovely sash, his blue jean pants. I think, yeah. And then he has his sandals. Now, Luffy here comes with literally 3 different sets of hands. I guess those were his accessories. He's got fists, open grab hands, and sort of like a kung fu-ish sort of like, I want to say like almost full straight hand, but then it's just like a slight curl at the fingers. That's like, you know, you see him usually make that fist when he's about to, when he brings back the one fist, the hand gets ready and he swings it with the gum attack of whatever variety. Now, I think what this figure could have used to make it a little bit better is a right-handed version of it, so like a single arm or even both arms would have been nice with right and left hands on them with like full black. So that way you can have that like metal arm he's got for the defensive Hawkeye technique. Because Luffy does do that, and it would be really cool if he could also replicate that in his figure form. And not have to basically paint a figure. I really am not in the mood to paint a figure to put that on there. But I could. I don't want to. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I got it. These are really nice, and we'll compare them a little later to a Figma side by side. You'll see the difference of like, you know, the sizing and quality. But now that we're done with the old captain of the Straw Hats here, and since we've pretty much gone over him, let's now move on to the next character, the deadly bounty hunting pirate, or the pirate hunter, Zoro, and his 3 mighty blades. Now here we have Zoro himself, and he looks, in my opinion, of the 3 of the figures, I gotta say Zoro definitely has the most accessories. Not only does he have literally 3 copies of the same sword, you have the sheathed variety and the unsheathed variety, which is awesome because with the sheathed ones, you can actually take the handles off the sheaths. That way you can put the sheath through as if he's drawn them, which makes it even more accurate. He has the lovely belt, or the lovely sash loops there to hold them. Now, I will say, getting them through those sash loopholes is a little tight, but that might be so that when they go through, they kind of dry fit and stay in there, and they don't just pass right on through. Because obviously, without the swords on the other side, you're going to have them just fall off the figure, and it's going to be unrealistic. But the cool thing is you could have Zoro go fully all weapons away, and he could fight with his fists or feet, whatever he wants to use. And The one thing that slightly irks me, one thing I think that could have made this figure literally perfect as far as I'm really concerned of what I'm looking for, and that is an openable mouth with a slot that could take a sword. So he could do the 3-sword style. Unfortunately, this Zoro can literally only do the 2-sword style, because he literally can only hold 2, and it's kind of a shame, but I mean, like, I understand it might be hard to kind of make it on the budget they're going with to make these go for $20. But like I said, these things look really cool. I mean, I love the folds in his fabric. I love the colors. The colors don't look too bright or too dark. He has the lovely scar on the chest, the scar on his one eye, so his eyes are closed. He has the moss. He does have the earring, so Moss Head here is fully decked out. We have his 3 greatest swords he's got right now, and he's ready to roll. And in my opinion, his shoulders are the best. Now, you might be thinking, what do I mean by that? Well, if you notice on every other figure so far, those shoulder regions have a bit of like an open gap. But with his clothes, because he has these large shoulders because of the material, it helps hide that, which makes it look a lot better. I wish they could have done this a little more loofy, since his vest is a little more of a loose fitting thing. It's not like a super tight vest. Sanji, I guess, is kind of what it is, unless they made his arms beefier, which then would ruin the scale. But anyway, now, like I said, with Zoro, I wish he came with a face that he could actually have a detachable face to put on one that can actually hold a sword in it. Like, whether it's, because, you know, he usually puts it in, he holds it with his teeth. That would have been really cool. It would have made it more unique, because then you could have the 3-sword style Zoro stance and have him go into battle like that, or, you know, have him on the shelf in that stance, which would look really cool. Now, I love the versatility. The weapons are cool. The purple sword down there, obviously, you can see is a little bit warped, so I might have to hit that with some hot water and then cool water it. Same with the black sword. That one's a little variant, but not much. So that one could get away with. But they are really cool. I love the details. Like, the swords actually have very fine detail. I'm not going to try to bring it in because I don't think my camera can show it. It's just so tiny and small. But it's really cool. And obviously, the great thing is these guys' facial features look just like they do in the show and the manga. They're very good. These guys are definitely good. Now, let's compare these to a Figma. And we'll keep using Zoro just because, like I said, he is kind of my favorite of the 3. Now, as you can see, compared to the size of a Figma, now this is a slightly taller Figma. This is my personal customized Figma, as you've seen before in videos. I did do a review on that before, and he does have a lovely new cape I've given him now. I really like that cape. I don't know why. But anyway, as you can see, he's squatted to kind of be similar size to Zoro at the moment. So standing up fully, he'd probably be a little bit taller than Zoro. And also the sword he wields is way, way bigger. But I'd say in scale-wise, they're pretty much good scale that you could set these next to a Figma and easily set them on a shelf and have no real issue. So if you're looking for an alternative to the expensive, high qualities that a Figma can cost you, I would say, guys, pick these up. These AnimeHeros are really good. They're kind of hard for stores to keep in stock. I haven't seen a Walmart keep all of them in stock very often, but it's just really nice. I mean, these things are well made, so I got to give Bandai credit. Once again, they did well in making a lovely product. And let's go to a full shot of the whole group, shall we? So really cool. I gotta admit, I really do like these figures. They're pretty sweet. So for an anime fan like myself, who does love One Piece is a really awesome anime, to be honest. It really is cool. I mean, you know, these guys are really good for $20. They have a lot of great articulation because of all the different points and joints on them. They have a lot of great versatility. I mean, are they going to be in the same league as a Figma? No. But for the price, they're an alternative that I would actually recommend. So really, honestly, I give these things, like, based on the price, based on the compatibility. Heck, you could probably even give them different weapons and stuff with their grasping hands, as long as it fits in there. You could probably even put my gigantic sword here that my Figma happens to wield in Zoro's hands. Not that my Figma would ever surrender it. But it's really cool. I mean, these are really nice. So my character could be standing shoulder to shoulder with Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro on a cool diorama setup with, like, just anime characters going at it and fighting out on a shelf, which would be pretty cool. I mean, I would definitely recommend that if you're going to have, like, Sanji, them try to get some of those, like, miniature flight bases they have, or I think they call them flight bases, or action bases. The clear ones are the best, in my opinion, because the color helps not take away from the figure. Because you could definitely have Sanji in the air with the flaming kick effect, his, you know, devil foot coming down with that from the sky. You could have Zoro squatted just right where he's, like, in sprint. Like, you could have him pose so that he looks like he's just started his dash forward with the blades. Luffy, similar thing. You could have him jumping forward into the air and coming down with a fist, whatever you want to have going on. Like, I really think those are awesome. I mean, I love how Figmas come with a stand. These do not, unfortunately. They don't come with any type of basing or standing. But, you know, like I said, for the $20 mark at $19.96, yes, $19.96. I don't know why. I was thinking 94, but I was like, no, that's not right. So $19.96. That's a great price for an alternative to a Figma that has a lot of good detail. Now, shading-wise, could they have some more shading done to them? Yes. But once again, not Figma. They don't have that same quality factor because their plastic is a little different. They're made a little more for play, I'm assuming, to be a little bit stronger for that. You don't use Figmas for play. These things are shelf toppers. These can be shelf toppers, which is awesome. The fact that you get more that way is awesome. And plus, I don't really see oftenly many one-piece Figmas out there. And not any that are less than maybe like $140 to $120. Yeah, so getting these for 20 bucks, definitely worth it right there, guys. Definitely worth it. Well, anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you today. If you have not subscribed to the video and you made it this far, I thank you. And obviously, you must like what I do. So do, guys, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button and leave a comment down below. That gets us around that irritating YouTube algorithm so other people can check out and enjoy the videos. And make sure you subscribe and put all notifications for the bell. That way you're going to be updated for any of the videos I throw out in the future. And also check out some of my older videos, guys. And in the case of this, make sure you... I wanted to say happy sunny smash the like button. But you know what? We'll say straw hat combo that like button. And make sure other people see it. So anyway, guys, have a great one. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.